This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so we got Sean Kingston taken into custody after failing to post bond following federal wire fraud conviction. So his house thing failed through. He doesn't own any property. He's been renting property. So that didn't work out so well for him, and now he's going to back to jail until he gets his sentencing. Him and his mom were both found guilty, and we'll see what they give him. Probation? Will they give him time? It was over $1 million. I think his mom's going to get the worst amount of time, probably 5 years, 3 to 5 years. And I think Sean Kingston might do a year. And then probation after that. We'll see. I think his mom's going to take a lot of the guilt because, think about it. She kind of made him like this. Like, she did this, and she got convicted of this and came home around 05, 06 and came home 2 years later or something like that. And she did, like, mortgage fraud then, I think. Funny, she didn't get... Usually when you commit a crime, maybe she was already a citizen at that point. That's the only thing that makes sense, because she wasn't told to leave or nothing. So she had to be a citizen. Sean Kingston... Yeah, it's a sad story, man. He's been faking it till he makes it, and he's made it, but he's still never settled down. He's always trying to be more and more and more than he was without the records to back it up. He didn't focus his effort on records. He focused on girls and tricking. Looking like he had more than he had. And I thought maybe he was gonna snap out of that when he got into that ski accident when he smashed into the bridge, but he didn't. He was early on Tory Lanez too. Lauren, this is I think this is the same lawyer that is Kodak Black's lawyer. He says Ja Rule. So Ja Rule recently accused 50 Cent of being a snitch. He says 50 Cent snitched on us to the feds, and then we got a Fed indictment because he said we tried to kill him. So Ja Rule served time for failure to file tax returns, gave 5 years, 5-year period, and attempted criminal possession of a weapon in 2010. He was sentenced to 28 months in prison after failing to pay $1.1 million. The gun came from a stop and search of his vehicle. This is the same night Lil Wayne got arrested too. There was no snitch involved in his case. Yet he keeps insisting that 50 Cent was an informant and used the above to try to prove it. No. This guy has it wrong. I don't know why he wrote this. Okay, so what they're doing is maybe he has it wrong. Let me read the rest to see if he really has it wrong. Let's talk about his proof. This document lists an informant. Police reports don't name informants by name. We know it's not Curtis because they are not listing people hurt. Included an informant, Curtis C. Marvin, whoever that is. That's the engineer from the night. And this is an incident that took place in 2002, long before Ja Rule failing to file any tax stuff or any possession of a weapon was discovered. His theory is debunked by the very paperwork. Dumb people would ignore the commas between the names. Don't be a dummy. I personally like both artists, and if there was legit evidence of something, I would review it. Then that's it. And he's talking about this order of protection. But this dates back to 2001 or 2, somewhere in there, where this is the incident where they ran in the studio and stabbed. People got stabbed. They turned off the lights and people got stabbed while 50 Cent was in studio. Now, this lawyer just kind of jumping out the window. I think he's trying to do the thing that a lot of lawyers are trying to do now and get involved in reporting on cases and stuff to get more clients. And he missed with this one, to be honest. But it's okay. SG once told 42 Doug, there's footage of it, and for him telling him to shut up, right? Because, 42 Doug's only 4 feet tall, so it's easy to tell him to shut up. And 42 Doug feels like you know, he has the backing of Big Meech, and that means something right now, but it means nothing. Nobody cares about Big Meech. Big Meech came home, he was lame, and now there's like snitch allegations on him. There's just the allegations of it, because you can't completely say he's a snitch from the paperwork that was offered. And because the paperwork that was offered really just is from Tammy Cowan's connecting Cuffy and connecting Suarez, who was in jail with Big Meech, and her words say that Big Meech connected them through her and all this other stuff. And people were implying that, you know, he had her working with the feds, which she was. She admitted that, and it's been proven, to try to get him out early, because she kept asking for a time cut for him, which I believe is 100% true. But you can prove it, but you can't prove it 100%, because there's always people can always say there's the benefit of the doubt. Now, if Tammy Cowan comes out, then they'll say she's a liar. You know, you're never going to win that argument. It's just one of those things, just like with the Rollo thing. It's just going to be one of those things where you just can't prove one way or the other, you know? So it's just limbo. He has Big Meech in his newest video. Well, Tay-K has been sentenced to life. Murder conviction. Does it shock the world? No. But he was facing 5 to 99 years. They dropped capital murder. And he was just facing murder. He's already has 55 years. Now they sentence life. Now I don't know if they're running it concurrent or what, but we'll see. But he got life. Tay-K isn't free, so this is a double self-own. Why would people think that Tay-K is free? He had no chance of getting free today. He just got the only thing he beat was a murder charge. I mean, he beat the death penalty. They were going to fry him if he got capital murder, but he will not be fried. But I'm going to tell you, man, evil. Someone said, I don't believe Tay-K is guilty. What proof or evidence Tay-K is the killer? Did you see the video footage? My gosh. You know, people are really stupid, aren't they? Someone said, you finished the race, Tay-K? All right, anyways. Rico Reckless won't let anybody in Jamaica on the rafting tours. They usually try to like mud these girls, give them mud massages. He's not letting any of them do that. I don't blame him. Stay away. Drake and Aiden Ross had Alicia Bell on their podcast, so you might not know who she is, but I remember I knew her back in the day. I didn't know her like friends, but like we were cool, and we would text back and forth because I was going to use her for some music videos back in like 2009, 9 and 10. So she's from Canada. Man, after like 2 years later, she became a bodybuilder. Now she's a bodybuilder, right? So she didn't look like that when I knew her, but she's a bodybuilder now. For the past like 13 years, she's very focused on health and bodybuilding and stuff like that. So Drake had this challenge whether Aiden could curl the same amount she could curl for a certain amount of money or to give away to fans or something like that. I don't know. And Larsa Pippen, we'll get to her in a second because I got something for that. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I will check you guys on the next one. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I'll check you guys on the next one. Smash that like button for me. Peace.